Hey, back with another trailer review. We got an 8x26 cargo trailer by Royal Cargo. We're going to start off with the front VIN sticker. That's where we get all of our information from. So, like I said, Royal Cargo is the brand of this, made by Southland Trailers. We are kicking it with a 8x26 V-nose, 78 tall, just side-by-side ATV style hauler of trailer. It's got tandem axles with 3,500 pound axles underneath there. Color is obviously black, and it has the option with the Blackout package. So everything else is blacked out with this one to make it look real nice and sexy. And then we're kicking it with two 6,000 pound axles under it. They are torsion axles with this bad boy as well. For a nice smooth ride, you got spring axles or torsion axles. This one's torsion. And then with the tandem 6,000 pound axles, it gives you a hauling capacity of 8,157 pounds that you can put in there for cargo. We got our anniversary decal here. It's our 45th year of business. So we know how to build trailers and we know how to make them right just for you. We have a nice pop-out vent. That's our two-way vent. You control it from the inside. You also have another one on the back side there just to create nice airflow. Coming over to the 12x12 access doors. These are for if you have snowmobiles or quads and things like that, or jerry cans inside. You pull up to the gas pumps, you can take that pump and just put it right through here, the nozzle, and fill up your sleds and whatnot. So we got two of them on this unit, one here and one there, so that if you have 4 sleds in there, you can pull up the 2 through this one and then pull it forward and put the 2 through that one and fill them both up. We got tandem axle, 2 6,000 pound axles. Lippert components is our axles that we go with. They're torsion, they're not spring axles, so there's a torsion axle which gives you a better, smoother ride down the highway. We're rolling on ST225 75R15 radial tire and aluminum rims to flash it up a little bit. These suckers are just pulled right off of the lot. We don't wash them up or anything. They're just as you see them is how you get them. If you look up there, we got a nice 15x24 window slider with a screen. Super nice, just brings in some natural light, and you can option it up with those. And then we got our black aluminum skin. We're gonna go to the LED button lights. So all the lights in the trailer are nice LED button lights, super sweet. They don't break and stuff like that with rock chips and whatnot, so they last you a lifetime. Dropping into our stabilizer jacks here, you can bring these all the way down. Helps you just with loading and stabilizing any kind of heavy equipment or sleds or things like that that you're running into the trailer. Don't always have to use them, but it is recommended to use them with heavier loads. We got nice smoked LED tail lights here. We got license plate light and holder up top there. We got our handle to bring your door down. And then we also have our beautiful 48-inch aluminum Barlocks. So they won't squeak, they won't rust, they'll look like that for all of the lifetime of the trailer, which is super nice and a beautiful feature that just comes standard with Royal Cargo. So the 2 of those there, and then we kick it into our bottom ramp, which is the engineered spring design, which is super nice all the way across. When you go into a certain model with us, that is the ramp that comes with it. And let me show you the best feature of that. When you go to open up this door, there is no cables or anything that are coming down. So there's no spring assist or anything like that up top. Your header is smaller and tighter, which brings your opening more for loading side-by-sides and things like that, which is super sweet. And then, like I said, there's no cables there that you're gonna get hung up on and injured on or anything like that, which is really nice and a positive feature for you. Okay, another nice positive feature is like when walking up the ramp, you use these, which is super nice. Sometimes this can get a little bit slippery in the winter time on those boots and things like that. I know with my cowboy boots, they get really slippery. So that's really nice. And then when you drive your carbites up on your skis, they actually run onto there, which is nice. Just helps that first kind of impact and that doesn't cut up your ramp. But this flooring is super positive because it's a mezzanine flooring. So again, with the carbites on your sleds, they're not gonna actually dig into this and get a bunch of ruts and things like that in it. It stands up to the carbites, which is really nice. So watch out for that. Other plywood floors, the carbites sometimes dig into that a little bit more. This stuff is better for that impact. We got the D-rings in here as well. So there's 4 that comes pre-installed. So a beautiful thing about this is our cross members underneath. We actually weld in a plate into that. And then we have this bolted right through that 1/4-inch plate. So this is a 6,000 pound D-ring. So super stout, can take a lot of weight, and it's reinforced underneath the floor, which is super positive for you. Never have to worry about anything pulling out. Then here's your pop-out vent. So like I said, you can grab it here, rotate it one way and have it that way, or you can rotate it and have it that way. to get that airflow, and the other one's up at the top front corner. But those are super easy to use and a really nice feature. Then coming into the inside, you got your translucent roof. Super sweet upgrade that we can do on any 8-wide cargo trailer. We can put this roof on for you. So doors can be closed and you're gonna have beautiful light in here, daytime and whatnot, which is really nice. 1x1 roof bows up top here that your translucent roof is applied to, and rolling down into the sidewalls. We got 3/8 plywood on the walls here. Really nice select wood that's there. And then your 3/4 inch mezzanine flooring on the floor. Coming over to your side lights, as you can see, they are on. These are 48-inch LED strip lights. There's 4 of them in this unit. You can easily turn them off and on here with your switch, which is really nice. Trailer comes with a spare tire, also comes with a 110 plug on the outside. So basically run an extension cord to the outside plug and plug it in. And then you can plug this in here, charge tools, batteries, and all that kind of stuff inside the trailer when it's sitting on your driveway and whatnot. So that's a really nice benefit too. And then I'll take you to the side door. I'm gonna open this bad boy up, and opening up the side door here, really nice, beautiful, wide, 36-inch side door. Whoa! Okay, watch out. There's some wind in this country, but thankfully we got our nice side door clasp there for you. So now that door won't do that. And then you can open this up. You got a beautiful screen door here. Very nice. Side step. Easy peasy. Kicking it down to the 110 plug, like I said, take that extension cord, plug it into there, and then that brings you power into that receptacle on the inside. Moving to the front, Vinos, we got a nice beautiful sheet of checker plate here, 48-inch. This is an option. Typically we go 24, but go to 48-inch. That's an upgrade, which is super sweet. Kicking into the front, we got our battery here, which will power our electric brakes on a trailer. So when you're plugged in, and if this ever came disconnected, this would get pulled and your battery would then lock up your brakes for trailer safety. Then we run all of our wiring into this junction box, and then we take a deep dive into our tubing frame. So all of our trailers are built with tubing, HSS structural steel tubing. And what's nice about that is obviously the strength and integrity of that tubing itself, but then we take all of our wiring and put it into that tubing as well. So it's protected from all the salts, grime, and debris that's going to be ripping down those roads, those gravel roads. It's not going to get a rock and chip your wiring and have a short. So it's going to last a lot longer in all types of weather conditions for you. And then we have a nice 7-way plug here, which is a cold weather plug so that you don't do the scorpion in the middle of winter at -30. We got a Demco coupler, which is super easy to latch and unlatch on there. You got your safety chains and a 2 5/16 ball, adjustable coupler up front there, and then a jack to go up and down. And you always remember you got your adjustable height there. And then on the other side, we do have another ramp door. You got your beautiful 48-inch blacked out Barlocks on this side as well. And then same with the spring assist there design. There's no springs or anything with this one. So you can load your sleds in this way or your quads and things like that, and easily unload this way as well, which is super nice. But that's the whole look at the trailer there. And I want to point out one other key feature for us. If we look underneath this trailer, we lift every single trailer up in the air. We spray it with a Automotive rubberized undercoating. We don't just paint the plywood or paint the frame underneath it. We spray it with that undercoating to protect not only the steel, but the wood for the integrity of the underneath. We know that there's lots of salt and grime and things like that on these roads, and this will just preserve that undercarriage for that trailer. So look under here and see that all this is sprayed with that rubberized undercoating to protect all your wood and all your steel. So a nice little upgrade that we do standard on all of our products. Okay guys, that's a wrap on the Royal Cargo review. We make all these trailers in different shapes and sizes, and you can upgrade certain things and whatnot. So check out our website for more details.